Huggins' team. Billy Knight back on the floor. Ncaa Bb, what a game he's had, Bill.
He has been solid on both ends, even challenging that jump shot twice removed, and very involved. I think his spirit has lifted this club. And a big thing for Cincinnati, don't let UCLA get runouts, make them run their half-court set, because then they would control it. And conversely, UCLA compete on the glass. If they get the opportunity, fine, run it. But if not, get a touch on the block.
Vern Harris chatting with Bob Huggins here before we began the OT. Ncaa Bb, we mentioned the kind of contribution he's made today. Solid double-double, 24 points, 12 rebounds. He and Little will jump, and it's controlled by Stokes of Cincinnati. Quickly into the hands of Steve Logan.
And a straight-up match now. Logan down and through. And the difficulty is the offensive rebounding now. You don't identify the guy to check out as readily in this zone matchup.
Maxiel wants it. Ncaa Bb is there. There comes the help from Billy Knight.
Man in your area. Good drive.
McElroy, how about Ncaa Bb? That's a hell ball. Possession arrow, UCLA.
Just as you said at the opening tip there in the overtime, Ncaa Bb has been a presence. He's competed. He's helped his guys, bailed them out defensively. Great move by 5-0.
Here's Billy Knight, left side.
Good cut.
There's Capano, and it hit the net.
Who's there?
The follow is there. Guess who?
Big Dan, the man. A nice look, though, just an errant toss to Capona.
McElroy with Knight defending.
Again, Ncaa Bb gets him this time, Vern. Well, we mentioned Capone's ability to play without the basketball. He ends up right under the rim here. It's just a little high. The net throws him off. But the rundown, a guy that's been in the proper spot consistently during the course of the afternoon. Ncaa Bb. How about that?
26-12.
Hurries, changes, blocks, you name it.
And Stokes at the line for the first time. One of two. (82-81), 4 to go in OT.
And this is their box set where they swing down. Opponent posting up.
Billy Knight. Air ball, Ncaa Bb, bad hand.
Capona gets fouled. Wow! Impressive. And that's when you move without the ball, a lot of good things happen to you. Jason Capona being tagged Knight in that corner that he's grown to love, but got Bb with the fumble. But because Capona had been curling, coming to the rim, looking for a post-up, is the beneficiary of that deuce and a chance for 3.
An 87% free throw shooter, a three-point play this trip.
And they're starting to beat them on the offensive glass, and Cincinnati not doing a good job checking out.
That has been a big difference in this half.
It's really, Billy Knight just banged the floor a la Duke, knowing it's a big stop.
UCLA down by 10 at the half, trailed by as many as 13. They're up by 4.
And Steve Logan deeper on the floor, not getting looks. They better run out on him.
Logan, penetration, dish right. Maxiel. Stokes, long range. No. Capano.
Smart play.
3:20 to go.
Smart play, too. You didn't need to run out. Get it in Bozeman's hands.
Capano wants it. Barnes. A little too strong. Maxiel with a rebound.
What a blow by, though.
Now Logan at the other end. Jumper. In.
How about that acknowledgement? Nice penetration by Logan. And the ability of McElroy to spot up and knock it down.
Now Bozeman for UCLA. A 2-point game with 2:46 remaining. Capano, fall away. Rebound, here comes Logan for Cincinnati.
Got to keep him out of the lane. And here's the turnover because they took away the dribble drive. The pass just a little bit too far to the left.
This is a Cincinnati team that in their first round victory turned it over 3 times.
And they are flawless generally. But the zone now has taken the game out of Logan's hands, and there's exactly what you were alluding to.
2:23 to go. 85-83 Bruins. Capono catch, rebound. Maxiel.
Didn't get any air on her, but he's getting free, Capono now. McElroy may be a little bit fatigued.
Stokes. Take a foul. He's going to go back to the line.
Take your pick, right? Got Zurich or Barnes.
It's Barnes, and it's a score.
Now, this is the time of game where you need your point people to make good decisions. What shot selection, where you're going to distribute the basketball. Clock, understand what's going on, what situation, what's to be dictated.
1 of 2 just a moment ago. See what Stokes can do here. One more for the tie. $85 all.
Got to admire guys that can step up and knock them down in clutch situations.
Stokes with 33. 2 minutes to go in OT. Matt Barnes.
Back screen and pop by Capono.
Here's Zurich. They kick it outside. Barnes.
Tough look.
Bounce pass. Capono.
Catch and shoot. How about Barnes? The correct pass, the bounce pass. An old-time bounce pass.
15 second half points for Capono. He's got 17 in all. 90 seconds to go. McElroy, what an adjustment.
Oh, my. How does he stay up and levitate? Incredible upper body.
1 point UCLA lead. 1:15 remaining.
And he's not really guarding as well as he did earlier. Capone's really done a great job shaking him.
Here's Barnes off the dribble. Rejected by Little, who was huge.
Great response defensively. And a good screen by Capono to get him to the rim.
It's McElroy again. Passes on the shot. Here's the All-American. From the corner and the lead.
Oh. What can you say about Logan? A little onions in the corner by Stokes.
50 to go. Stokes with 36. Bozeman, the freshman, over the All-American.
The size won out. The little kiss at the end. How about that? They played the high pick and roll for the youngster.
Right side to Stokes. There's a 3-second difference. Shot clock, game clock.
Key is don't let them turn the corner and give it to Logan to be creative.
Now it's in Logan's hands. 10 on the shot clock. 13 in the game. Logan jump stop. McElroy. Not there. The tip no good. Can't control the rebound in the corner.
No shot.
Capono.
We got 2, Vern. Well, Bobby's wanting a foul on the penetration.
How do you like double overtime on St. Patty?
Ready to go and still extremely active with McElroy chasing.
Now Maxiel out on Matt Barnes. Logan follows Bozeman. Barnes tries to get the screen from Capono. We near the 4-minute mark in the second overtime. And 10 on the shot clock. Here's Bozeman. Dishes right side for Barnes. No. The putback. Oh my goodness.
How about that for a touch? And they left it go. Bozeman scored a goal. That size is tough to handle from the point position.
Maxiel begging for the ball. Here's Logan right side from McElroy. Quick touch pass in the corner. Ball reversal. Logan. Knight out on him with Bozeman's help.
Haven't been able to get a touch inside. Stokes deep.
Again, it's not there. Elevation from Matt Barnes.
And they haven't found Little or Maxiel flashing. Run your stuff. Don't be in a hurry unless a real good one shows, but stay in rhythm. Capono without the ball, key.
And he wants it now, goes to his right.
Oh, no foul call. Wow, I thought he got nicked.
Here's Logan. Quickly. Stokes.
Oh, my goodness, great call, too. Now, Jurek never got there, never got planted, and that's just, I think, fatigue. They didn't respond to get down the floor. And here you'll see Dan Gadzuric never got that foot down as the guy elevated. The finish and a chance for three. Taking their best shots either way, Vern.
And that's going to send Stokes back to the line. He is 9 of 11 for the day, a career high of 38 points. Might become 39 with this free throw. 3:04 to go, second overtime. 94-93, UCLA. 2:45 to go, second overtime. They look into Gadzuric, who's being fronted by Little. 10 on the shot clock. There's the screen from Barnes.
Size.
And the follow.
He's hurt. Bozeman's hurt. As he came down, oh my goodness.
Happened after he released the shot.
He came down on the floor, Vern.
3, Ryan Walcott on now for Bozeman.
Now they're going to have to run some different things with Ryan Walcott on the floor. Get everybody else involved. Still the matchup.
1-point game, Stokes. 39 for the day. In the corner, McElroy not there.
Look at that follow. Ooh.
And Capono does manage to get the rebound for UCLA.
Good hustle by McElroy.
Now Ryan Walcott, 94-93, under 2 to go. Winner goes to San Jose in the Sweet 16. Barnes. 15 on the shot clock.
Now don't get down too far now. Get in your rhythm. Down to 10. See, I don't think this is the play they should run for Walcott. Good. Give it up.
3-2. They might not get a shot. That's a prayer. And it's unanswered.
Hustle.
Billy Knight!
Gadzuric took 2 guys with him on the inside. Billy Knight seizing the opportunity, but not a good trip for UCLA. Very fortunate to be able to convert that late in the shot clock, coming up with a tough J. And just here you can see Gadzuric gets everybody tangled up with him, and Billy Knight able to seize that opportunity. Oh, the joy.
A 4-point lead. 1:27 remaining, second OT. Time called. It's nighttime. Under a minute. And they'd have a heck of a reason to celebrate if these guys can win this game.
Yeah, right now, it's just straight up. They're going to go one trip without fouling here. Maybe a dribble drive at the end.
Thompson, jumper.
Wow.
Yes!
Oh. Big time delivery. And they almost cause a turnover here.
Air ball. 30 seconds to go. Capono, Ryan Walcott.
And the giveaway. Cancun can wait. Well, a guy that's been overanalyzed, condemned, vilified, actually got total control, particularly of Steve Logan.
That one's off the rim. Little for Cincinnati. 15 seconds to go.
Too little, too late. We'll see when we come back.
Roy. Field Williams. Yes!
Wow, he can drill him. That's one thing he's capable of. You don't want to foul, but you got to be close enough. If you know a guy can shoot, it's never over to a talented team like Cincinnati.
Get it in the hands of Billy Knight, and he will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, smart play. Goes Billy 82.
Steve Logan. 4 seconds remaining. Launches a 3 and cans it. But the Bearcats cannot stop the clock. The ball is inbounded with 0.8 seconds to go.
And Matt Barnes was tempted to throw it to the other end, the component. He thought better of it, you know. No sense giving it up. And giving them a chance. And Steve Logan, another.
Double. And Sanders off the bench with 4. And a rebound by Jeffries. Takes it up and scores. A 3-point play. And Indiana is suddenly within 1.
And another weapon in the arsenal of Indiana is don't give up any layups or dunks. Make the Dukies earn it from the line.
Boozer blocked by O.J. Moye, and then a foul. No, they call it a jump ball. And the arrow points to Indiana, and they're going crazy at Rupp Arena.
A.J. Moye stands maybe 6'3", but wow, right at the pinnacle, leading 6'8", 9", Carlos Boozer, and said, get it out of here.
Inside to Jeffries. That was for the lead, and Dunleavy rebounds, and he goes down holding his ankle. Holding that right ankle. As he turned it wasn't a violent move as he stepped on another player's foot, which happens too often, and Father Mike looks on with concern. Dunleavy seems okay.
Well, again, Jeffries, who gets great position. Look down low in this area, right down in here. And then Mike Dunleavy going to come down right there, the back of the heel in the turn. And you can see the instant pain and anguish on the face of Mike Dunleavy. But with the adrenaline flowing, Dunleavy stays.
Less than 5 minutes to go. Indiana had the opportunity for its first lead. Ewing, a strong move, partially blocked by Jeffries. Boozer, he can't hit, but he's fouled. And they have been Moye trying to stop him again. No, it was Jeff. Rupp Arena in a roar as Indiana has rallied from 17 points down to within 1. 2 Carlos Boozer free throws moments ago, giving Kentucky a 3-point lead as Coverdale yet to score from the floor, but Newton with an offensive rebound. Here's the man that sparked the Hoosiers, Moye. He can't hit, and Jeffries. Jason Williams able to call time as he goes out of bounds. Calls the 30-second timeout with 4:25 left, and Duke protecting now a 65-62 lead. Indiana has never led. Carter's playing with 4 fouls. Jason Williams can't hit the 3, and Boozer a big offensive rebound. Dunleavy with 4 is in the game, and the foul is going to be on Jared Jeffries for holding Boozer inside. It'll be his second. And a look at the foul trouble with 4:06 remaining. Coverdale with 4.
So it's still a 3-point Duke lead. We'll keep you updated on what happens. Meanwhile, let's get you back to Arizona, Oklahoma. They are now under 9 minutes to play. We rejoin Gus Johnson and Dan Bonnet.
8:55 to play in the second half. Oklahoma with a 54-51 lead.
And Hollis Price has had to go to the bench with 4 personal fouls. Price had a great first half, 22 points in the first half for Oklahoma. But this guy right here, Ron Selvia, picked it up in the second half offensively.
Hollis Price, this is how he picked up his 4th foul.
Just moments ago, Jason Gardner, a tough guy to defend out there. Usually that would be Quantus White, but White has been in.
18 out of Missouri City, Texas, proving more and more valuable for Duke. Duke has had only of its 31 victories, all of them have been in double figures except 3. Seton Hall, the season opener, Kentucky, and Notre Dame.
Well, they're fresh off the experience of having to come from behind against Notre Dame on Saturday. And of course, Duke, being the #1 team in the country, this is when they generally, 3:50 to go in the ball game, they have another gear to go to defensively with their pressure to make it tough to handle.
Jeffries 1 out of 2 with 20 points and 14 rebounds, the All-America for Indiana, but misses the second, and Duke comes down court with a 2-point lead. 3:40 to go. Williams, and he gets it up and over Jared Jeffries, a great drive by the All-America Jason Williams.
I don't think Indiana can handle any kind of high screen or wing pick and roll play with Jason Williams involved. He's just too quick in turning the corner or splitting the defenders.
Dunleavy at 6'9", denying Coverdale. Moye takes Jones, and that is going to be on Jones for the block. Dante Jones throws it away. Duhan with the interception. Hoosiers committing more turnovers than any game all season long. Dunleavy close to a travel.
And maybe the mobility of Dunleavy lessened when he turned his ankle a few minutes ago.
Let's see about his shot. Little long. Boozer gives Duke another chance, and Dunleavy fires and hits. Big shot by Mike Dunleavy, who has 17 points.
Long misses mean long rebounds. I'll say it again.
Foul on the hold by Duhan. Duhan's third.
Boozer now with 8 rebounds. It's a couple of times now he's been in the right position to get that long rebound, and generally that's when the three-point shooters will be open after an offensive rebound, because all of the defense gets sucked in either looking for the rebound or watching the play. You can't watch. You got to make sure you can get back out quickly to three-point shooters.
It's been a nightmare tonight. Missed 10 free throws in this game, and that critical. Timeout, 2:41 left. Mike Davis's Hoosiers trail by 5.
6% in the first half. They're shooting 29% in the second half of play.
And they just can't get their guys open. This is just an outstanding defensive effort by Oklahoma. That's not without a price, though. Oklahoma has some guys in foul trouble. A key guy is Hollis Price.
And White picking up his 4th as well. Stoudemire along with Gardner, Anderson, Fry, and Walton. Anderson being held by Ara across the lane. Walton in traffic. Tough shot and air ball, but it's put back home.
I think it's Channing Fry who's going to get credit for that. Big guy also out there with 4 fouls. Very active around the basket.
Selvey off the dribble to the basket. No, Anderson can't hold on. That one knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Arizona. And now let's go to Solomon Wilcox for a report on Hollis Price.
Yeah, you take a look at that heating.
Right, Solomon. Meanwhile, McGee hitting on the baseline. Here's Fry out of his range. Walton, stop and start. Turnaround jump shot, way off the mark.
And that is a very difficult shot. Walton known for his ability to pass the ball. That's a tough shot. He needed to pass that one.
McGee straight away. Put it on the board. Oklahoma 6:30 away from the Elite 8.
And Arizona's been able to guard McGee down inside. Now McGee moving that game outside, and he can do that effectively. And Dietrich's going to pick up the foul against Stoudemire, hanging on down on the other end.
And this Oklahoma team, tell me if you agree with me here, they play defense aside from the press.
For Indiana, overall, they've got 19 to Duke's 14, but on the last couple of possessions for Duke, it's been Carlos Boozer coming up with the big second shots. And right here, you got to think Duke is going to go to that high screen for Jason Williams. Indiana has shown no ability to keep him from getting to the basket.
Easily get the ball inbounds. Modest press by Indiana. Fife, top defender for Indiana. He draws Williams inside and it throws it away. Jeffries with the interception. Trailing by 5. Coverdale cut off by Duhan and then misses the short jumper. Passes under to Jeffries. He's fouled and he'll shoot one.
Well, Duke has been kind of almost standing around in many cases looking to help out on penetrators. You see Boozer pulling back there. And when you're standing, watching, helping, and that's when you're vulnerable on the offensive boards. And Jeffries takes advantage of it there.
Jason Williams was the Duke fouler. He has 3. Jeffries leads all scorers, 24 points and 15 rebounds, showing you his All-America credentials. 2-point game, 2:08 left. Williams, free for 15, misses. Ball loose, Coverdale to Fife, Duhan to beat. He'll pull it up. Coverdale. Cut off. And a foul is going to be called on Ewing of Duke, his third. And it's a rare game in which Indiana many more opportunities than Duke at the free throw line. Number one Duke, number one seed, cruising along most of the game, but the Hoosiers rallying here in the final 15 minutes. It's an even game with 1:45 to go.
Pick and roll defense going to be critical for Indiana here.
Boozer loses the ball, but last touch by Indiana.
Both officials looking at one another, not really decisive with that call. Indiana players felt that Boozer just threw it out of bounds.
Both teams, especially Indiana, rising to 49% field goal percentages and many more free throw opportunities. Dante Jones has already fouled out for Duke. 3 players on the floor with 4 fouls. Boozer and Fife able to bat it away from Jason Williams.
And because of the Jones foul out, Mike Krzyzewski has almost been forced to go with Daniel Ewing, who was the hero for Duke in the Notre Dame victory, but he has made a number of freshman mistakes in this game.
15 on the shot clock on this possession. 1:33 left in the game. Ewing takes it inside and dumps it off to Williams. Jason Williams too long, but Boozer bats it out, and another clock. Duke 35 seconds. Jason Williams to Ewing. Duhan throws it away, and Indiana for the first time with a chance for the lead. .118 to go. Duke, the number 1 team in the nation, 70. Indiana, the 5th seed here in the South, 70.
Jared Jeffries has been almost unstoppable as far as getting a good shot inside.
Coverdale inside. He gets the bounce. His first field goal of the game, giving Indiana the lead.
And Dave Fife talking to his teammates, let's switch everything out on the perimeter.
Ewing can't hit the 3. Rebound to Newton. 38 seconds to go. Coverdale of Indiana leading by 2. Ewing hawking him. Timeout Indiana. And listen to this crowd at Rupp Arena. And then home. 32 seconds remaining. Jeffries inbounds the ball. 24 seconds on the shot clock. There's about a 6-7 second difference in shot and game clock. Duke's just going to play tough defense.
Indiana would like to get a reasonably good shot here, but make sure they are back on defense so they don't give an easy run out.
10 seconds, and Moye held by Ewing. Oh, no, they're going to call a time. Mike Davis had called a time from the bench with 9 seconds on the shot clock, 15.3 seconds on the game clock, and the Hoosiers by Blue Devils. They've rallied to take the lead for the first time in the final 2 minutes, and we have 9 seconds on the shot clock, 15 seconds to go.
In the last place Indiana wants to make this inbound pass is out towards midcourt. That's when the quick Duke players usually jump into the passing lane.
Having trouble, Coverdale, and he has to spend Indiana's last timeout. Mike Krzyzewski still has 1 in his pocket. Coverdale having miserable time getting the ball in, almost a backcourt violation. Ewing had his hand up, batted away, but a foul on Duhan. Krzyzewski in disbelief. Indiana again goes to the foul line. Duhan scores.
It is so dangerous to be fooling around with the basketball out near midcourt. But A.J. Moyle looked like he got his pocket picked by Chris Duhan. Right there, not a lot of contact at all, but a 79% free throw shooter, A.J. Moye.
3-point lead, and this one is huge. With 11 seconds left.
And Mike Krzyzewski telling his team, if he makes, get it up into the front court area and take a timeout.
The star for Indiana off the bench has been Moye. A 4-point game. Ewing fires the 3. Not there. Williams looks for the 3. Oh, he scores and he's fouled. A chance to tie. Unbelievable. the three, get the long rebound. Williams hits the three, and he is fouled.
Oh, this is incredible, and clearly he was fouled. Actually, Mike Krzyzewski at least signaled to his team, but I never thought it would be on a play like that to let Duke maybe back in.
He misses the free throw. Boozer gets the rebound, and tipped again, rebounded by Indiana. The game is over. The Hoosiers, with a major upset, have defeated the #1 team in the nation. In their final game, Boozer and Williams watch what appeared to be certain victory in the first half and into the second half. And Jason Williams, who's had his troubles at the free throw line, Boozer got a chance at a win on the rebound, was hawked by the Indiana defenders, and Newton finally hugs the win on the rebound.
The Achilles here all season long for Jason Williams from the free throw line, getting a chance to tie this game up as Mike Davis, who almost ran out of the building when Jeffrey Newton committed that foul to enable Jason Williams to get the possible 4-point play.
Davis undoubtedly running over to where his family, his wife, his little 3-year-old son sit, and the Hoosier fans, as in a rare Duke game where the foul calls seemingly mounted time and time again against the #1 Blue Devils, and the Hoosiers finally taking advantage. It was a struggle, did not take
Line. And McGee is fouled by Anderson.
Arizona may be too far behind to do anything about it, but the only strategy that the Wildcats can adopt now, if you don't get the steal,
All coaches look for it. 30 seconds to go. Inside, this one up and goes down.
a 55-point offensive outburst in the second half by Oklahoma. But the whole thing was keyed on their defense.
So Oklahoma, as Johnson goes down the lane, kicks it out on the baseline. That's an air ball. Lattimore with the rebound, and that should do it. Ball knocked out of bounds with 2.6 to go. Kelvin Sampson and the Sooners 1 game away from the Final Four. The last time they had a chance to go to the Final Four, 1988, when Stacey King and company lost to Kansas in the championship game. The final score here, 88-67. And the Chevrolet
Guy scoring the points. It's just that he has that ability. He'll draw the defense. He can put the ball on the floor.
Knight misses the three, and the foul is on Ontario Lett. Based on the reaction, it would be his third. Well, it's coming down toward the Final Four, the Elite Eight, on Saturday and Sunday. And here in Lexington, Indiana has made it to the Elite Eight. First time in 9 years for the Hoosiers. Pittsburgh and Kent State with that opportunity, and so close once you get to the weekend, this weekend, to think Final Four. Ben Howland, what a job. The coach of the year is voted by his colleagues. 29 wins, the winningest team in Pittsburgh history. And Thomas comes in off the bench and contributes, just as Chad Johnson, the only senior for Pittsburgh, has made a couple of key plays here down the stretch.
Eric Thomas just 67% from the free throw line. Looked very sharp on that one. So Kent State getting a solid game from Eric Thomas, and Pittsburgh getting one from Chad Johnson. Kind of like counterparts in their particular roles for their teams.
63-60, Kent leading Pittsburgh, 2:58 to go. Knight with Mitchell on him. Zavatskis and Thomas inside to Jerron Brown. Can't hit the jumper. Battle for the rebound. Who's got it? Here in Lexington, Kentucky, the Kent State Golden Flashes relinquished the lead to Pittsburgh here in the second half, but now have regained it at 63-60 with 2:39 to go. Pittsburgh inbounding the ball. That's Julius Page. He hits again. He's made a couple of clutch jumpers here in the last 2 minutes. 63-62.
He loves the corners, in particular that right one, and perfect execution on the out-of-bounds play to free up a very solid middle-distance jump shooter, Julius Page.
Gates, oh, what a pass underneath to Thomas. Didn't travel, say the officials. Pitt fans were yelling for it. Being hawked by Lett.
Pretty good defense by the big guy, Lett, out on the perimeter, but he lost them.
Thomas for three. Oh, my. The senior reserve, Eric Thomas, with 12.
It was almost like Lett ran out of gas on his individual defense and then just moved back into the lane area, leaving Eric Thomas, not known for his outside shooting, wide open.
Eric Thomas, his season high with a dozen points. We're under 2 minutes. Page again. 3 in a row for the sophomore from Buffalo, New York. It's 66-64. Julius Page leads the Panthers with 18. And a timeout, Pittsburgh, with 1:38 to go.
Off the bench.
That ball off the knee of Barnes.
And who's guarding him? It's Justin Gage.
Gage.
Stokes and Gage have been very, very effective coming off the bench for Missouri.
Now Stokes, along with Gilbert, Gage, Rush, Johnson. Gilbert popping out on the wing, looking for Johnson. Johnson wants it. He's feeling it now. Picks up his dribble and throws it right out of bounds.
I think Johnson was worried about getting a 3-second violation. That was very good defense by UCLA. And UCLA started this game creating a frantic pace with their defense, and they need to try to get something like that going again. This game has been one run answered by another run, and UCLA needs their answering run now.
Now Barnes backing up across the lane. Beautiful touch. Matt Barnes. Now UCLA picks up. Full court press.
Page, that's who he's been scoring against, putting Demetric Shaw, their best defensive player, on there, trying to shut him down.
And Knight with some fancy dribble moves. He goes in and ties it up. Brandon Knight ties it with 52 seconds to go.
We've got a couple players for Pittsburgh out on the floor right now. Page and Brandon Knight both want the ball in their hands at crunch time. And at Kent State, I'm not sure right now who exactly wants it. Trevor Huffman looks very tentative.
Stan Heath wants timeout. Brandon Knight clutch in the final minute.
Could have been 12. Pauling trying for emphasis. Misses the dunk. Misses it long. That allows UCLA to run out. And now suddenly it's an 8-point lead. UCLA is able to get back and set their defensive pressure.
Full court press. Missouri. They do not have a pure point guard on the floor. UCLA trying to force a turnover. Now they back out of it.
Greg Gumbel in New York. Final.
Rush knocked away. Knight got a foul call.
That was a huge break for Missouri because Kareem Rush had lost control of that ball. Knight raked him across the wrist as he was trying to recover it. Wow.
That's a terrible call in any time, but definitely in that situation, that was a strong move by Antonio Gates and should have been, if anything, an opportunity going for a three-point play.
A phantom call goes against Stan Heath. That's still tied.
9 rebound.
And you just feel the momentum swinging back the other way. Oh
That was
my.
thrown right out of bounds. .252 to go here in the second half of play. Missouri with the 73.
Defense of Jerron Brown doing his best to try to hold up. Yeah, he's got his hand on the ball. The only thing the official could say is that he had his hand on the ball and that Antonio Gates came down first and hit his feet on the floor. But that is really cutting it close, and Stan Heath extremely unhappy, and he's got a right under these circumstances.
What a break for Pittsburgh. It's tied at 66, 25 seconds to go. Kent State's 20-game winning streak. Pittsburgh looks at a win here on this final possession. Brandon Knight with Mitchell. Shot clock off, down to 10.
I would be surprised if Brandon Knight gave this up. He's going to try to take it all the way down and get that last shot in the lane.
Here he goes. No, it's to Page, the hot shooter. Misses that one. And Mitchell rebounds as the buzzer sounds. We're going to overtime in game 2 in Lexington.
Rush. Double teamed in the backcourt. Fouled from behind by Barnes. 2:49 to go. UCLA led by as many as 8, but Missouri has come storming back here in the second half of play.
It has been a game of runs. Missouri was behind by 8 in the first half. They rallied to take the lead at halftime. UCLA came out, started the second half very quickly, and Missouri struggling from the line.
Arthur Johnson had the rebound, taken right away by Knight. And here comes Ryan Walcott into the front court. 2:33 to play here in the second half, and Missouri leads UCLA 73-65. They've hit 7 threes in the second half of play. Inside, that one up and in for Ricky Paulding. The Tigers trying to advance to the Elite 8 for the first time since '95.
And to become the first 12 seed ever to advance to the Elite 8. And you don't want to foul in that situation because it gives UCLA the chance to catch up without any time running off the clock.
All right, a look at the game summary. 48% shooting for Missouri. They started slowly. They've turned it over 18 times as Walcott goes to the line.
Kent State, first possession of this 5-minute period. Each team gets an extra timeout. Remember now, the 2 key players, although Huffman has disappeared in terms of shooting in the second half, Huffman and Knight with 4 fouls. Just in case, Antonio Gates said, call this one a timeout.
Hey, he's not going to mess around. He's not going to go near anybody's hand. I mentioned Knight about going to the free throw line. He has not gone to the line tonight. He really labors there at just 44%, so that's maybe why he did not try to get fouled, not wanting to go to the line in that crucial situation.
Julius Page off to Brown, double teamed, and Mitchell knocks it away. Another defensive play by Andrew Mitchell. Huffman looks over at Stan Heath. He says, slow it down. And he doesn't. And the pass errant. And that means Lett will tie it up at the other end. Huffman got caught in the air. 6 points now for Lett.
Outstanding defensive play by Ontario Lett to knock the ball loose. Keep in mind now, the 2 point guards, Brandon Knight and Trevor Huffman, both with 4 personal fouls.
Andrew Mitchell now running the point. Huffman hawked by Page underneath. Gates sees Jerron Brown bump into him. The foul on Brown will be his 4th.
It's been a very quiet second half for Trevor Huffman. Had 12 points in the first half, 1 3-pointer in the second, and really nowhere in particular, and just laid the ball out there for Lett to knock it loose, and Lett just kept going the other way to get an easy one.
At the line, Antonio Gates with 18 Kent State points. And breaks the tie. Here in Lexington, we've gone into overtime, 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Kent State leading by 1. Antonio Gates, the shot taken away that might have won the game in the final minute, has scored all 4 of the Golden Flashes points here in the extra period. 3:41 to go. Knight and Pittsburgh go on the attack.
And Knight has to be careful with penetration, doesn't want to pick up a foul. Next best thing to do is get the ball to Ontario Lett.
Knight spinning inside. Nice move.
Well, that's the kind of play I was expecting at the end of regulation play, but I think he's thinking a little bit too much right now with those 4 personal fouls. He wants to make sure he stays on the floor.
Brandon Knight nearly matching his number. That's 18 points for him. Ian Page with 18 to lead the Panthers. Gates to Huffman. 3 minutes to go in overtime. 10 on the shot clock. Huffman denied. And Brown embraces it for Pittsburgh.
Trevor Huffman totally out of sync in this second half. Big reason he's doing a lot of standing around. And many times just gives the ball up and stands in the same position. He's got to get himself on the move.
Mitchell bats it away from Knight. Who recovers with 17 on the shot clock, 2.5 minutes to go. Tied at 70. The Hoosiers of Indiana await the winner. Saturday's regional final. Knight with 3, Knight with 2. Well short, but Zavotskis gets it back.
With the rim.
Oh, it didn't hit the rim. I thought it did.
Yeah, it hit the rim. And the officials are going to talk about it and quickly correct there.
And this is a correctable error if there is one. They can look at a replay if they want.
Yeah, this is going to glance off the right side of the rim, and Donatas Zavotskis is going to wind up with the ball. And a good job of the officials coming together very, very quickly.
And the decision made quickly, and it's Pittsburgh's ball and a new 35-second clock.
Now, Pitts had a tough time getting a good shot at the basket. That one was too quick by Page.
Hit the side of the board, and how Gates was able to get that rebound without fouling it just shows his talent. Gates has become not only the scorer inside, but really the point center coming outside to set up plays. Here he is working against Jerron Brown. Brown with 4 fouls. Gates sets up Mitchell for 3. Zavotskis takes it away from his teammate Led, who goes tumbling into the corner. It's tied at 70, 1:38 to go. Both teams a bit wary. Zavotskis handoff to Knight.
Demetric Shaw trying to keep the ball out of the hands of Brandon Knight, which is always a good idea. Make other players make the decision, although this guy can make some good ones.
Ontario Lett to Brown with 6, with 5, and it trickles with a foul.
Is that on Huffman?
I think it's Gates, and if so, that'll be his 4th. It is. And that'll send Jerron Brown to the line.
Trevor Huffman was in the area here, right there, kind of reaching in and behind. He thought the foul was on him the way that he pleaded with the referee. I think with the 4 fouls on Huffman, he has really backed off in every area.
Brown misses the first. As we said earlier in the first half, if there's an Achilles on this Pittsburgh team, it's free throw shooting. They're hitting only 60.5% as a team. 8 for 14 tonight as Siobhan Troutman returns to the lineup for the Panthers, and Ontario Lett rested. This for the Pitt lead. 71-70, and the kid from right here in Lexington, Kentucky, Jerron Brown, gives his team the lead. One minute. Huffman, a strong drive, and he scores, and Kent State leads 72-71.
That was beautifully set up by Trevor Huffman. Just a little misdirection going to his left so he could get a little head of steam going back to his favorite right hand, and that little kiss off the glass.
Knight comes back the other way, partially blocked, controlled by Gates, and a foul reaching around. The foul will be on Brandon Knight, and that'll be all for him. Knight pulling the jersey over his face. Disappointment. Leads with 18 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists.
Clearly frustration on the part of Brandon Knight, upset with himself for missing a shot he felt he should have made, and just could not keep his hand out of the cookie jar after he really got up a very weak attempt there, and then reaching in, trying to get it all back in one fell swoop with the steal. And there's that head of steam by Trevor Huffman going back to his right hand. Loves to use that glass on the right side.
41 seconds remaining. And to the line at the other end goes Antonio Gates, this powerful junior from Detroit, Michigan. State champions. He was second Mr. Basketball, averaging 15 a year, and what a pickup this year for this Kent State team that showed its medal last year in the tournament, beating Indiana in the opening round out in San Diego. And then they get Gates this year to add to the chemistry of an all-senior team.
There you see the free throw situation. Actually not bad shooting for Pittsburgh the way they normally shoot it so poorly. The big question is, depending on what Gates does here at the free throw line, is who's going to handle the ball effectively for Pittsburgh going the other way. They've got to get the ball into the hands of Ontario Les. At some point, he's coming in the game right now, but that's been an adventure.
It's a double bonus situation for Kent State as Brandon Knight. You can feel how deeply he's disappointed. Watches Gates, who's now 7 for 8 tonight. 8 for 9 from the free throw line, and a 3-point lead for the Golden Flashes of Kent State with 40 seconds left. And it's Jerron Brown, played his high school ball here, twice in All-State here in Kentucky. Badgered by Dimitri Shaw. Unable to hit in the corner. Zavatskis, Mitchell with the ball. Foul by Johnson. The Kent State fans on their feet.
Brevin Knight, hold.
2 to go. Rush to Gilbert. He'll hold on. And Missouri needs to just dribble out the clock.
About a 3-second difference, so they'll have to shoot it.
And a timeout called by Missouri. Will step away with 21:9 to go.
Watches him take a three off the top of the board. Huffman bats it out. Page recovers. A long three. Almost banked in. Left. Follows it with 6 seconds left. And it's quick timeout used by Coach Ben Howland. 6.3 seconds remain in Lexington.
4.
Those two teams met once this year. It was a 13-point Sooner victory in Norman, Oklahoma.
And a backdoor violation. Michael Griffin going over the line with 11.9 to go. And look at Quinn Snyder. He's still coaching. He's still telling his guys what to do.
And now we got to be careful over there. Somebody tripped the plug for the scoreboard earlier.
Here's Walcott. 8.8. Patterson. No good on the play. And the Missouri Tigers head to the Elite Eight. It will be an all Big 12 regional final. 82-73, the final. Now let's go.
It goes to Mitchell, and they got the ball, Kent State, to one of their better free throw shooters. And to the other end with 5.5 seconds left. Chad Johnson with 4 fouls. And Andrew Mitchell, 10 points in the game. 4 for 4 from the line. Missouri has beaten UCLA in the West, so it's Missouri and Oklahoma, a Big 12 battle in the Elite Eight on Saturday in San Jose.
Andrew Mitchell has struggled mightily from the field, just 3 for 16. But he's an exceptional free throw shooter, 5 for 5 right now. And also had 6 steals to go along with the tough offensive night. So he kept his head in the game at the defensive end.
Mitchell a perfect 6 for 6 for the line. Gives Kent State a 78-73 lead. And if there's a Cinderella team at this point, certainly in the South, it is Kent State as Brown misses and the Golden Flashes with the longest winning streak in the nation make it 21. They had never been to the Sweet 16. How's it going to feel in the Elite Eight? Mid-American Conference, will they be the upset team to go to a Final Four? Would that be something? Kent State will have its chance. They will meet the Indiana Hoosiers, number 10 against number 5 on Saturday.